Well, today we are going to cook Anasazi beans in a primitive pot. So come and join me for lunch. So today we're in the north woods of Minnesota, and the goal is to use this primitive pot and make a pot of Anasazi beans. Most people who make replica Native American pottery now go for more of the decorative stuff, and it can be beautiful with the really nice paintings, but it tends to sit on the shelf. And quite frankly, when pots were originally made 700-800 years ago, they were used for utilitarian purposes. They stored things in them, they ate off them, and they cooked in them. And so that has intrigued me, and that's the whole goal today, is to use this little pot, build a fire, and cook up some beans. And it may or may not work, I don't know yet, but if it does work, we'll have a good meal. If it doesn't work, we'll go hungry. So wish me luck. These are Anasazi beans. They're kind of purple and or red and white. These are kind of wet right now, and they lose their color when they cook. They'll get pale. But some people say there's a direct lineage between these beans and ancient Indians, ancient Native Americans, that supposedly a pot was found in an Indian ruin and it was filled with these beans. But I've read also that these have actually been around all along, just that they weren't in very big demand. But in any case, it seemed like an appropriate thing to cook today. So that is what is in the pot. So far it's looking pretty good. That's actually more of a boil than I want. It's plenty hot. Alright, basically our beans are done. Everything is cooked. Beans are reasonably soft. Everything seemed to work good. I don't know, it took probably an hour and a half for this to cook. There is a crack right here. There's a little crack that developed over here, and a fairly significant crack on the lid. The lid is going to fail at some point. But everything that was below the water level is fine, and everything worked out good. Takes a little bit of work to keep the temperature of the fire just right. But now we'll give it a taste and see what happens. Bon appetit!
Bon appetit!
All right, well, let's give this a go. Here are the Anasazi beans. Sausage, onion, garlic, salt, jalapeños, tomato. I think it tastes pretty good, huh?
It's really good.
I'm happy with that. It's a good experiment. You know, and you can't have a better spot than having a river, the Kettle River in our background, sitting out in the woods with a good friend, eating beans. That only friends eat beans together, I think. Yeah. And so this is a good thing. Well, I'm back from our little excursion to cook Anasazi beans. And from my perspective, it went great. I really had a good time. It's in any day, just going up to the north woods of Minnesota, being next to a river, building a fire, spending some time with a good friend, that's great. But then to also cook these beans in a primitive pot like this was kind of like frosting on the cake. And everything went well. The beans cooked and they tasted fine, tasted good. So I'm happy with that. I'm real happy with this pot too. It did exactly what it is supposed to do. And I like the look of it now too. All the carbon on the outside, that's good, honest wear. Has kind of a nice authentic look. So I'm real pleased with that. There is one thing I do want to mention though. Pottery like this, primitive pottery, is fired at a low temperature. It is sintered, it is not vitrified. As a result, it is porous. And you may have noticed that some liquid was kind of seeping through this during the cooking phase. So that means that food particles get in to those porous areas as well. And so potentially that food could grow a bacteria growth, maybe some toxins afterwards. And so that's something you need to be aware of. Now, I understand natives cooked in this stuff for hundreds of years. I don't know if they had problems or not with food poisoning, but you just need to know and be aware that that is a potential issue for you, and take whatever precautions you think are necessary. So I have a great time. I hope you had a good time as well. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. But until next time, this is Wes with Airstream Wanderings, wishing you health, happiness, peace, and love. Take care. Bye-bye.